So we are here today for the Junior Hockey Network Hockey Show with Mike Sveinson of the Dryden Ice Dogs, president. How are you today, Mike?
Good, Jay. Thanks for having me.
Like I say, you're only 52 days out of the Dudley Hewitt Central Region Cup in Dryden. Can you talk a little bit on how the event's shaping up?
Yeah, it's 52 days now. We're getting close. I can remember when it was over 300, and we were working hard on it back then. But as it gets close, I don't know that we'll ever just sit back and say, okay, we're ready, here we go. But because we're always going to be wanting to tweak it and make it better and do everything we can to put on the best event that we can. But there's a real palpable combination of excitement and some nerves going into this thing because it's a big deal for us. And in our history of our franchise, we've never hosted it, so we want to do it right, and we're really looking forward to it.
And for the community of Dryden, and not just Dryden, Northwestern Ontario, and then all the visiting fans that will be coming with the teams from Ontario, what can the fans expect at this year's Dudley compared to the last couple of years?
Well, you know what? We are humble enough to recognize that everybody that's done it before us has done it well too. That's a big part of our philosophy is that we have to be able to recognize what other teams have done well, and we don't need to change too much of that. Fort Frances put on a fantastic product. Trenton had a great show. So, in working closely with the people that ran those tournaments, asking them, what how they did the things that they did well, and and talking to them about the problems that they had, we can easily kind of copy and paste, and then add a few wrinkles of our own to make it our event. But it's a historically well done in my experience. The ones that I've attended have been excellent, and I'm not looking to change too much about the way they've been done. It will be very much the Ice Dogs version of things, but it's not going to be too different from anything that you've seen in the last few years.
And like you say, now that you said Trenton and Fort Frances the last 2 years have done a well done job, that's just to put more pressure on you as a president to make sure that you live up to those standards and surpass them, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's that's when it comes to pressure with these events, we think pressure is a privilege, is the way that we look at it. We're grateful and honored to be able to host the event, and we wouldn't do it if we didn't think we were up to the task. So, pressure isn't a negative thing for us. For me, it's something that, like I said, it's a privilege to have. So, we should always be able to do things at least as well as they've been done in the past, because we have the benefit of being able to observe it and say, okay, here's what was good and here's what was bad. So, we're confident we can do at least that, copy and paste. And everything that we do in addition to the way we've seen it done, well, that'll be the little perks that the next host at Cochrane could look at and say, okay, here's how Dryden did it. Now let's make that a little bit better.
And now, like I say, with the Ice Dogs sitting atop of the SIJHL with the Northkeys heading into almost the playoff run, what would that mean to the community of Dryden and the organization of the Ice Dogs if you could head into the Dudley as the regular series champions and the host?
Well, I mean, it's two different things for the community here. They take very seriously every aspect of the Ice Dog season. We're not we're not approaching this like we have a buy into the Dudley Hewitt Cup. We have a championship to defend, and we will do the best that we can to accomplish that, and the community expects that. There's a real buzz around this town about the Dudley Hewitt Cup, and we will, see a different atmosphere around there. And certainly going into the tournament as the league champion would help that. Everybody likes a winner, right?
Yep.
But it's I don't think that anybody's looking past the SIJHL at this point.
And I look at, like, say, I've met your coach Kirk Walston, and his personality is again, no coach wants to go in as just the host, but his personality, I could really see that, like, he doesn't want to be the host. He wants to be the regular season champions, then the host second, right?
Yeah, there are no nights off for Kurt's teams. He wants to win every exhibition game he plays. So it's not, the stakes aren't any higher if we're playing on Saturday night in the Dudley Hewitt Cup as they will be tonight when we're playing at home against Minnesota. Every game is a must-win. So, yes, we do have a buy into the tournament regardless of how things work out, but it's, it's up to Kurt. We'd be in there with a record of 56-0.
Understandable, totally understandable. Mm-hmm. Now, like say 52 days left to be ready for this year's Central Region Championships. What are the big things that say you guys still have to prepare for to head in, be ready for the Dudley?
Well, a lot of it, Jay, is just about rehearsal. Honestly, there are portions of the tournament that we need a dry run. So in between now and then, specifically when we're at the rink with our game day crew and our security crew, and the different portions of the volunteer base that are coming together just for the tournament, we need to actually act out how this is going to go, how our opening ceremony is going to work, how will closing ceremonies work, where are people going to be situated for security. So it's just about getting into the facility and making sure that we're prepared in the event of anything odd.
And for people who aren't familiar with, like you say, the SIJHL or Northwestern Ontario, a lot of the arenas you play in, except for more or less where the Norskies play, are smaller venues. And with Dryden's, in my opinion, a little bit more aggressive a style with being a smaller rink, will that benefit you guys when you could come in, again, being the home team, but the smaller rink benefit you guys at the Dudley?
I think so. I mean, everybody wants to play at their home barn, whether it's small or big or whatever their style may be. But we play to our strengths, and we know what those are, and we know what advantages our ring gives us. So, I'll tell you that we're looking forward to playing that tournament at home.
And like you said, you had mentioned, like you say, with Trenton, that it was a bigger rink, but you guys went down there and you were successful. So you guys, for Ice Dogs, you guys are prepared to play anywhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's some of our best games this year have been on large ice surfaces. We do well on those surfaces. We have this is the most skilled team that I think that we've had in the time that I've been here. So that benefits. A lot more ice benefits those guys. It's also the biggest team I've had. So it's, the small surface benefits them. We're adaptable, but again, given the choice, we'll do it at home.
And talking about playing at home, like you say, in your last 7 games of the season, that like you say, you guys been fortunate to be having 4 of the last 7 at home of the regular season. Does that help the Ice Dogs heading into the home stretch before postseason? Yeah.
It's. We want to end on a high note, right? We're in a neck and neck race for that first overall spot, and having most of our games at home in the end is again an advantage. If we win tonight, I believe that we will be in first place, and then we have a game in hand. So we'll see. It'll likely come down to having to win some road games. So and that's something that we need to be able to accomplish just as easily as we can when at home.
And the thing is, in I'd say about 2 weeks' time, by the time your playoffs start up in Dryden, the regular season and the standings are gone, and the only thing there is that the regular season is to determine who you meet. Playoffs is a totally different animal, and like I say, the outcome's totally different, right?
Absolutely. And you know what? It doesn't matter where you are in the standings. We've been in the finals each of the last 3 years, and those have been on the back of finishing first, second, and third in the standings. So we will see exactly how it all shakes out in the postseason. It's a new season, right?
Exactly. And again, you never know. Like you say, a fifth place team, I use like Fort Francis up there, or a team like Elliott Lake here in the NOJHL area, the Sault Ste. Marie area. Teams, you never know what happens in playoffs. It's a totally different thing, and they come out, and there can always be an upset, right?
Absolutely.
Not that that's what you want, but like you say, it's
nope.
Like I was at a junior hockey game last night and talking to a scout for a team, and the big thing is we're dealing with teenagers here, so it depends on how these teenagers want to walk in the dressing room and walk out on the ice tonight, right?
Oh, that's it, 100%. And then, a huge chunk of the game is played above the shoulders, and it's about getting these guys in the right mindset when they're at the rink. That's it. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, like I say, if they have a bad day at school or argument with the girlfriend or anything, it's like you say, it's depending on what they want to do. Kurt can only do so much, and you as a president can only do so much. And when they step on that ice, it's all up to them.
That's it.
So, like you say, there's a big buzz in Dryden for, like I say, the Dudley Hewitt Cup, and hopefully we can do this probably around the 25-day mark to see how you're doing. If you're panicking or if you're just cruising along, getting ready for the event.
Right on, Jay. We'll have an update for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.